I just did a Instagram live post on how to make lemon curd, a really easy, simple recipe. Since I'm not super tech savvy, I wasn't able to save it and repost it. So now I'm doing a Facebook Live. We're gonna make another mini batch of Mandarin orange curd. So what's a curd? A curd is kind of like a jelly-like substance that can be used in desserts. It can be used to sandwich inside cookies, fillings inside cakes. There's really not a huge mystery to it. They're quite easy to make. You can make it with any kind of citrus fruit. I just finished making it with the lemon, so if you go both on my Instagram page, Sweet Sam Cakes, or if you are on my Facebook page, you should see the prior post with the recipe of what I used to make my lemon curd. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make a Mandarin orange version because it's just a small bit of dessert substance here, so we don't need too much because we're home. And where are we going? My daughter Ella is here to help as always. Ella has been zesting our Mandarin orange, and we're just hanging out at home. How's everybody doing that's out there? Also, get a couple waves of hello.
If you're zesting,
hi everybody.
A cheese grater.
Yeah, she's zesting on the cheese grater because when we were zesting before, we had a little trouble just with the regular zester. So the cheese grater works really well too. I don't want to have too much zest.
Can I start?
I think this time I'm going to add the zest after into the mix just so it's not super chunky because we strained through it.
Right, start
and again, any kind of citrus fruit will work. So like I said, we did it before with the lemon. We're doing it with some Mandarin oranges. It's basically just a couple simple ingredients. So I'm going to turn the camera around here. And I've got some things laid out here.
Cool thing here.
I've got one egg, an extra large egg if you do have it. I've got a half a cup of sugar. We took a Mandarin orange. She's going to try to strain some of the juice out of those little Mandarin oranges. It's okay if you get some seeds if you're using one of this little strainer things because then it'll catch the seeds. And she did a little bit of zesting over here. Since this is a small batch, you really don't need too much on the zest. And I've got 2 tablespoons of regular butter set to go. So it's a 5-minute process. It comes out super delicious. Hi, Lisa. And we're going to get things going. I'm not going to turn my stovetop on just yet. I'm just kind of leaving it there. We're going to put all our ingredients in at once. So if you guys are lemon fans or citrus fans, which I am. Actually, before I start this, let me go to my refrigerator. I'll pull out the lemon curd that we just made before. I kind of ate half the jar with a spoon already because I'm allowed to do that, right? So here's what's left of it. It's really creamy and delicious. I'll kind of open it up and give you guys a little look-see. Let's see if I can prop up my phone sideways here. Bear with me. Oh, that's not so good. No, I gotta hold it like this. All right, let me see if I can unscrew it. And here we go. All right, pull out a spoon just to show everyone what the end result looks like after it gets refrigerated. Okay, it's a perfect smooth lemon curd. You can add it to sandwich it in between cookies. It could be a cake filling, a pie filling. You can spread it direct on toast. It stays awesome in the refrigerator for a few days. It's really bright and fresh. So I love, love, love lemon. So we're working on this with Mandarin oranges just to kind of mix it up a little bit and give it a go with that. So we're going to leave this over here and we're going to come back over to here. My Ella should have about a 1/4 cup's worth of juice going on, or not yet? A little bit more?
Yeah.
All right, so she's juicing the orange. Meanwhile, one-handed, I'm going to try to just crack my egg here on the side of the stove. Open it a little bit more. We're using an extra large egg. The stove is not turned on yet. We want to have, I'm trying to do this one-handed. Oops, there we go. We want to have every ingredient in there before we turn the fire on. The whole process takes all of 5 minutes, so no biggie. So we've got 1 extra large egg. If you've got a large egg instead of extra large, then that's fine too. All right, here we go.
As you can see, you can get a lot of juice from 1 little Mandarin orange. This is 1/8 of a cup right here, so we just need 1 more.
She's gonna juice up another one there. Awesome. Hey everybody, I'm so glad I got some people watching. We're dumping in a 1/2 cup of regular sugar go ahead and juice up the rest of that lemon. So, sorry, the rest of the orange so we can get it going. I don't really like to have my curd, whether it's lemon or orange or anything, too chunky. So I did put the strainer out on the side. This is so after we're finished, we get that nice smooth consistency that I was showing you before. If you have grapefruit in the house, make a grapefruit curd. If you have limes in the house, make lime curd. You can make like a key lime pie style cookies and sandwich it in the middle. You can make little cookie tarts and kind of push a little hole in the center and squeeze some of this in. Uses very little ingredients. Like I said, it's just 1 egg, a half a cup of sugar, a 1/4 cup of your citrus juice, and 2 tablespoons of butter. In a pinch, if you want to just give it a go and make something fresh, you can also do it with just regular orange juice if you wanted to use orange juice that you had in the house. Pineapple juice works really good. So you can make some really yummy curds, even though that's kind of like a funny word. You know, to put even just to spread on toast. So putting it in a glass jar is always good, and keeping it in the refrigerator. It stays for about a week in the fridge once we finish it. Okay, so Ella's going ahead. I'm going to flip this around and we'll see how she's doing here. Bear with me. She's got enough juice going on.
A little bit more, but it's fine.
All right, so I'm going to start the stove top, and she's going to go ahead and pour that in. Okay. Why don't you go finish it off with a little bit of the extra orange juice I've got there, so that way you don't have to, and we're going to put our 2 tablespoons of butter in. Now at this point, I'm going to turn the stove top on. Your kids could even make this. It's so easy. Like I said, it's 5 minutes. If anybody has any questions, just reach out.
I'm just going to add a splash of
Ella's going to add a splash of orange juice since we're doing Mandarin orange flavored anyway. She's a little short on when she was squeezing her fresh juice, so just give me a little stop. Good. Stop, please. Okay, so I've got my flame on low here. You just want a little flame going. I do have one of these like silicone style whisks. If you have one of those, that's actually best because you don't want to use any kind of aluminum if you can help it. Aluminum sort of leaves a weird aftertaste in any kind of fruit curd. So if you can do it in a non-aluminum pan or a non-aluminum whisk, then that's always best. It kind of does something funky to like the egg and citrus mix where it doesn't taste as bright. So we're whisking it up, and the key is just doing this for a few minutes. I'm going to turn it just a drop higher. So I'm just turning it a drop higher so the butter will start to melt in. Anybody ever make any kind of weird flavored curd before? Grapefruit curd or...
Probably really good, honestly. Like on toast in the morning, grapefruit curd.
Could be. Really anything that you can juice, you can make a curd out of, right? So like, I don't know, you can even squeeze like fresh peaches and make like fresh peach juice and then make a curd out of it, almost like a jam or a jelly. And basically it just will become like this nice smooth consistency, delicious, sweet stuff that you keep in the fridge and you use it to fill desserts. Ella and I were talking about that tomorrow. I think that, go ahead babe, you want to take over? I think tomorrow we're going to attempt to make French macaroons.
I love them.
Ella loves French macaroons, right? So we're going to try to make that, and we'll use some of our curds that we're making today in our French macaroons for our fillings. So maybe we'll do like a strawberry French macaroon, or maybe like something with some coconut in it.
Oh, we should do coconut and pineapple, like a pineapple filling, and then do coconut and make a pina colada macaroon.
Ooh, that would be good. So while she's just waiting for that to get a little bit heated and for the butter to melt in, everybody doing okay? Everybody's hanging in there and trying to keep themselves entertained and healthy. And
questions about baking?
Any questions about baking at all? So you got to keep stirring. If you don't, if you stop your stirring, you're going to have a problem because then you're going to get your eggs are going to start to get like a little bit curdled, right? So you want to make sure that you keep stirring. Let me turn this around onto this. The whole process takes all of 5 minutes, so this is going to be a pretty quick video, I think. When we did the lemon curd, same thing, just same process. Again, the recipe that I posted is exactly the same. We're just using the Mandarin oranges instead of the lemons. Okay, and this is a small batch, and the reason why we're making such a small batch is because it's just us.
Yep.
So we don't really want to be eating all of it at once, obviously. We're not going anywhere. We're really not sharing it with anybody today.
We can't.
This is more just for fun and to have it in the refrigerator for the next few days. I'm going to turn this heat back on low, and let's swap. Okay, you can grab that. I'll grab this. You're looking to let it get to the point where it would get thick on the back of your spoon. Now, that takes like maybe about 5 minutes or so for the sugar to kind of melt in. Let me turn this up a bit higher now. Again, at first it'll look a little liquidy, and then it'll slowly start to become a bit thicker. If you've got chunks going on, by an accident, if you scrambled some egg, that's what the sifting thing is for. We're going to squeeze it through that sieve after, and we'll get rid of any kind of chunks that might form. Also, if you don't want to add in the zest, you don't have to. The zest, I think, adds some flavor into it. So, in fact, let's put the zest in now, Ella, and then we'll strain it back out again after.
I made this much zest.
We'll add into the flavoring. So we'll kind of tap some of that on in there.
I can get the spoon.
I got it, babe. Again, we just had so many mandarin oranges, so we figured, hey, why not? Are you guys, what's your favorite citrus flavor? Anybody want to answer what your favorite citrus flavor is? Mine is lemon.
I like lemon and orange. Especially good mandarin oranges.
Good mandarin oranges. But like I said, I've done this with pineapple before. I've done it with limes. Of course, lemons. Any kind of citrusy fruit. I don't love grapefruit. That's just like a personal preference.
I love grapefruit. I eat it with sugar on top in the morning in Florida.
Yeah, I mean,
delicious.
I think you have to like grapefruit. And some people don't like lemon either, so it's sort of just a personal preference, I think.
I also really like lime because I love key lime pie.
Yeah, but we went to Key West about 2 years ago.
Yeah, I would say.
And it was alright. It was like key lime pie was good.
I think it was delicious. It was my first time trying it. It was fantastic.
We bought all kinds of key lime stuff. So you can see as it's heating now, guys, it's getting thicker. We're getting a couple of little egg chunks in there. I'm stirring. I'm trying to avoid that. But again, we're going to strain it out. It's going to be this delicious smooth curd, just like I showed you with the lemon before.
And there is some egg might cook in it. That's why we have the strainer.
You can double this recipe if you're making it for like a filling for like a cake or something. So fair game. Double it, triple it, whatever you want to do. We're just making small batch because we're here.
100th.
We're hanging out in our quarantined home. Yesterday was the first day that I ventured out at all, and I only just went in my car with the kids, and we went past some friends' houses and waved from about 20 feet away. Yep. And that was really therapeutic, you know. I feel like it's good to, it was the first time I was out of the house in like 12 or 13 days, like legit, didn't leave my property. So I'm doing what I have to do to slow the curve, or flatten the curve, as they would say. But it's hard to just... It's hard to just kind of keep sight of when the end will be, and it's stressful for everyone, and you got to limit your social media with all these articles and stuff a little bit also, and just kind of keep the faith and stay hopeful and positive and happy. And so that's why we're working on baking stuff. So anyway, guys, we can see that it's nice and thicker now. I don't want to keep getting too many chunks, so I'm going to show you what I mean by the back of the spoon trick. I'm going to pull it off of the heat.
No, not a plastic spoon. I'll be right back.
I have this. Yep, I have this here. So I'm going to kind of just dunk this in there. We'll put it back up. You see how it leaves like a little bit of like a coating on the back of the spoon, and the trick is sort of run your finger through it. If your finger keeps it separated without it kind of like melding back together, then you're pretty good. Remember, this will thicken further as you put it in the refrigerator, okay? So we're going to pull it off the heat. We're going to strain it up, and then we're going to pour it into a little jar. So
where's the jar?
I'm going to go get a jar while Ella continues to stir. Okay.
It's getting very thick, and it looks really good, actually.
You want to take it off the heat as soon as it's done. Okay.
Then it'll get too thick, and it won't.
I keep all kinds of little glass jars. Sometimes I'll run empty jelly jars through the dishwasher just so I have, like, these ones I bought. But at any rate, we're going to use this little strainer here. It kind of fits nicely right on top of the jar. This jar has like a vacuum-y kind of lid. Remember, this is hot right now. Okay, babe, go ahead, pour it in. You're gonna fill it mostly up. Now, if you're a person that really likes the chunks of the zest, you can leave some of that zest behind and add it in after. I prefer to have it nice and smooth, so we kind of just sort of leaving that zest behind in the strainer, and we'll kind of dump it out after.
But it still will have the taste of it.
Awesome.
After, it'll still have the taste.
Awesome. Hey, Dan. I miss all my friends. This is a good way to socialize and still kind of do some things. All right, yeah, so you can see that some of the egg kind of got a little cooked, a little too hot. We're going to dump that in there, and we're going to keep straining it. And the straining part is kind of important in this process if you want to have a really nice, smooth curd. Again, curd is such a funny word, right, you guys?
Oh, okay.
So go ahead. She's going to tap it out. Tap, 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 tap. This is a wider jar. When we did our lemon curd right before on the Instagram, I had it in a jar like this size, so it filled about halfway through the jar. This is going to make about 3/4 of a cup overall. So it depends on whatever you're doing. But again, super smooth, glossy deliciousness. I may even eat this before the day is done.
It's so good.
I really do love like fresh lemon taste, and I don't add any flavorings into it. If you guys wanted to add a little tiny bit of like vanilla flavoring or something else, you could. So let's dump that out, and we'll do one more round of the straining, and then I think we're there.
You can see this very quick recipe that you can make.
Okay,
So
pop that into there.
I'm gonna add a spatula.
She's going to grab a spatula. She's going to put it right through. So pretty much any fruit that you have in the house that you can juice, you can make a curd out of it, okay? So in these really weird times when nobody's got a lot of ingredients, this only takes 1 egg, a half a cup of sugar, and you've got this cute little like jelly-ish, jam-ish thing that even if you're not planning to bake with it, you can use it to spread on toast.
You just put it on a container.
Dip it in graham crackers, eat it straight up with a spoon.
Fancy things here, but you don't need to put fancy.
You can have a little fancy tea party with your kids and pretend that you're doing all kinds of tea and crumpets and crimpets and biscuits and spread your curd all on top of that, and yummy.
Yummy.
And yummy. So
I'm really wondering
you can
how
make
this is gonna taste.
all different flavors. Lisa says you're amazing, Ella. Thank you. Yeah, Ella's been my awesome helper. I feel like in these... I hope you guys at home who are parents are doing as much as you can with your kids. And if you're a working parent and is still full-time on the computer, then thumbs up to you. This is super hard. I'm going to flip this around for a second. Okay, super hard. We're all going through hard times. You know, and I think no matter what age your kids are, have them help out. Have them kind of be a part of what it takes to run a household. Ask them to do whatever they can, cleaning up after dinner, folding laundry a little bit. I've got a schedule for my kids. I think most parents have a schedule now. We're loosely sticking to the schedule. They're doing their schoolwork, but you know, we do a little bit of exercise time every day. My children clean up after dinner. They're pretty good about emptying the dishwasher and doing the laundry and stuff with me. So it kind of takes a lot of like the stress and pressure off of just having to do it alone, especially if everyone's in the house at once.
And able to do it.
So let's come back to our curd over here now as we complete this video here.
It looks very good.
You know, again, this is a pretty big jar. It's a little hard to see how deep it is, or I don't even know really the size. I got to clean up the edges, but it's super smooth.
It's the same amount of the lemon curd.
Same amount as the lemon curd. It makes about 3/4 of a cup. Looks a little looser right now, but as soon as we put it into the refrigerator and it cools off, it thickens up all the way and becomes perfect and delicious. And
like this is much thicker than before.
Right.
So
exactly.
like it doesn't even drip.
There you go. So it'll be kind of like a jelly jam-ish. So I hope you enjoyed the recipe, you guys. Again, the recipe is posted on Instagram. It's posted on my Facebook page. I'm going to try to save this video and post it on YouTube. That way we have it, because I lost my Instagram one because I am not tech savvy. But anyway, I hope you guys follow along. I think tomorrow we're maybe going to try to do some French macaroons. I am not an expert at French macaroons, so if you want to tune in for that, I think we'll do a pretty good job because I am a pretty good baker, but I've only made them once or twice before. So I think we'll just have a good time playing around with it and, you know, do what you can to stay happy and everybody stay healthy.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Bye.